Anything else? Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book, and which one, why?
Of mine or of books in general? I don't know why I never got to it, but there are too many of them to get to. I love Amber Was Brave, Essie Was Smart. Do you know this book? It's all written in poems. Now this is interesting. I wrote this in prose first, and I submitted it, and my editor didn't like it. She liked the story, but she didn't. She said it hasn't got it yet. And then I stopped and I did Lucky Song. I've never loved Lucky Song so much because I really should have gone on doing this. But then I took it up again and I just wrote poems on napkins and in my telephone message book. I wrote them all over. And they just poured out because that was the right way to tell it. This is based on experiences in my family. When my father, I believe, I didn't put this as a statement because I was too young. I was about 4. It was during the beginning of the Depression, and I believe my father did some financial shenanigans that he didn't understand any of that at all, and he ended up in prison, I think. I'm pretty sure. But they told us don't tell anybody, and naturally. And we went, my sister and I went to live in the Hebrew home for children because my mother had to work and also visit. So this book grew out of this. It's not an exact tale of it, but when I told it in poetry, it was very good because I didn't try to tell anything that wasn't in my heart and feelings. I didn't have to explain how they got in and got out and go here and go there, which you do have to do in a adventure in a novel. I just didn't do that. I just touched the high points, and I wrote it in poetry. And you will notice when you look at this book that it's all illustrated, except for right at the beginning, portraits of my sister and myself, the way I see us, not the way she saw us. She said to me when I showed her the book, she said, well, I think the portrait of Amber, who is me, is much more like Amber than Essie, who is she, is like me, she said. But that's inevitable. You know yourself better than anybody else, you know. Anyway, this is all illustrated with black and white drawings, pencil drawings, which I make for every single book, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of them, but they don't get used. In this book, I used them so that color would not interfere with the poems. I wanted this is not a picture book, and I wanted the poems to trump the writing. And then we put, it would have been too short for one thing, and it wouldn't have had any colored illustrations, so we made a little album of them in the back.